This is D.S. Yaxheimer, and this is another edition of The Spectre, and this episode's topic is Cicada 3301. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. A lot of people are, but not everyone. And it's not discussed. It's not usually water cooler conversation at work. The organization was established on January 4th, or became known on January 4th, 2012, and it has been attempting to recruit cryptographers and, through emailing them messages, and then usually followed by that clues and later on, after I guess sort of a trust building, or what appears to be a trust building phase, they are sent ciphers and other sort of cryptographical sort of tests. I don't know. I'm not a cryptographer, and I don't, but it's fascinating. It's a really fascinating story. And it's been talked about. There's YouTube videos about it. It's a big conspiracy. Some people think the NSA is behind it, the CIA, the British intelligence agency, MI6. If you're a James Bond fan, you might be familiar with that one. And of course all the other theories, like some sort of Masonic conspiracy, or perhaps the Illuminati's behind it. They kind of model themselves, or whoever's behind it, whether it's a hoax or not, is sort of modeled after the Illuminati. If you, look it all up online, their purpose of the puzzles is been to recruit highly intelligent individuals. But the real behind it, what's the purpose? I mean, what's the goal, the end game? Nobody knows. Usually about every year or so they seem to they come out with a puzzle. Since 2012. Sometimes a lot of time goes by, like a year or so, but it doesn't really, it is a wild goose chase, essentially. It's which I think lends itself to the hoax theory, because it's just baiting people and that sort of thing, I mean, it's just something to create a mythos behind, because it could be anything. There's no organization, no individual, no group of individuals has ever taken responsibility before it, and so it could be anybody. And I mean, you think about any sort of hacker or people with that sort of mentality. They like to play with the public and manipulate people, and this is a way of doing it, is by staying a mystery and saying you've got your basically recruiting people for a super kind of secret organization. It sounds very kind of James Bond and all of that. It almost kind of reminds me a little bit of Spectre from the Bond films, in a way. Maybe that's not the best comparison, but they currently, I don't know if there's anything in this year or even in 2017 that has come up with these, that has, explicit. In April 2017, the PGP signed message, that was signed PGP, was found. Beware false paths. They say a lot of weird things, like, you're about to embark upon, this journey, and you've made it this far, and all of that, and they just kind of keep you on the hook. It's just like a very elaborate catfish, I think. That's my theory behind it. But they are, I mean, I haven't personally seen any of these puzzles, and no one's ever emailed me one of these, because I don't know anything about it, quite frankly. And nobody's made any money off of it in any way, shape, or form. It just seems like a merry prankster of some sort, or merry pranksters have come up with this whole thing and decided, hey, we're gonna just fuck with really smart people because of course someone who got that email. I mean, if I was a cryptographer, or I was into coding, or I worked for I was a CIA analyst or something like that, and I got an email from this organization, it would definitely set off a lot of bells. So I think that's probably what this organization is trying to do, is sort of kind of spitting in the face of maybe some intelligence gathering organizations, the American, British, maybe Interpol, and stuff like that. It could be, somebody in Russia doing this shit. Who knows? I guess we always like to blame Russia in America. That would be kind of my theory about it. So, but there's just a lot of the material that has been put out on the internet. It's been put out in Linux CDs and digital images and some paper signs, because they put I think those QR codes. They've been found taped to street posts and things like that in other parts of the world, and people who have been solving these puzzles go there, and it just sort of leads them to another I would say dead end, or it just leads them to another door in this case, which leads to another door and another door. I don't think it really ever quite ends. So it's essentially, I would have to say it's probably a game that someone or some persons or some organization is playing with these groups of people to see if they can fuck with them. It's like almost the premise of a horror movie or a sci-fi thriller, which is kind of scary. I mean, I would be a little bit trepidatious about traveling somewhere to a location to find another clue to get to somewhere else. But I guess it depends on one's own personality. Some people might look, I'm just gonna blow it off. I don't want to tie up my time and energy trying to solve some puzzle or find out who these people are, or join this organization, which to date no one's joined it. I mean, no one's ever been there's as far as anyone knows, no one's gone to some weird castle in Romania or wherever the fuck they are to meet up with these people. So let's see, they've claimed that Cicada is a secret society to gather highly intelligent individuals with the goal of improving cryptography, privacy, and anonymity. Others have claimed that Cicada is a cult or religion, which probably is neither of those things either. According to statements made to winners in the 2012 puzzle, 3301 typically uses non-puzzle based recruiting methods, but created the Cicada puzzles because they were looking for potential members with cryptography and computer security skills. So they're looking for, if there's any real purpose, I mean, you're looking for people who are cryptographers and they can hack into shit. So they probably, if they are actually looking to recruit those sorts of people, they're probably quite nefarious. I mean, what else? What other conclusion could you come to? I don't know. I mean, I've watched other videos on this, and it's a really fascinating topic. Personally, I would say that is a bit of a hoax, because nothing seems to has come to fruition, and whoever's doing it wants to stay one step ahead of the law, if they are actually breaking any laws, by contacting people in this way and try to recruit people for something, which sounds like, I mean, in this day and age, if an organization is trying to recruit highly skilled individuals who can, in cryptography and computer security, the authorities would have their eyes on them from all over the world, so it's a bit of a mystery. So they're probably not people that they're at a particular location doing this or anything like that, or associated with any particular government. I think they're just generally trying to fuck with people. That's what it seems to be. And trying to get as much attention as possible, and that's really, I guess, their reward. If they are an organization trying to recruit these individuals, then cryptographers and people with high level of computer skills, hackers, that sort, then they probably are quite dangerous, and they're probably doing this now. They're probably look what the fuck's going on in the world now. So Donald Trump's president, and we don't know what the fuck's going on. There's no real journalism anymore. It's insane. We have no idea stuff is just happening, and there isn't a lot of explanation, at least for a lot of us. We're just kind of sitting here, spectators to watching their own country go fucking crazy. And some people are like, they're just totally cool. They think it's great. They think Donald Trump's awesome. So that's kind of where we're split down the middle as a country. And I'm not saying this so much has to do with this, or who meddled with the 2016 election, but perhaps maybe Cicada 3301 had something to do with it. Who knows? Tell me what your theories are. Leave your comments after you're done watching the video. I encourage people to find out a lot about this, or to find out as much as they can about it. About a lot of things. You should actually be informed. Much more informed than I am, quite frankly. But this has been D.S. Yoxheimer. This has been another edition of The Spectre. It's Valentine's Day. It's actually my birthday. Just turned 44 today, believe it or not. Not that fucking matters. But I highly doubt that I'm gonna, for my birthday, get a Valentine's Day gift from, or a card, or cryptogram from Cicada 3301. That's certainly not going to happen. But if you like my videos, subscribe, and of course I welcome your comments. Have a happy Valentine's Day.